Wisdom. Never kick a fresh turd on a hot day. True story, dude. Got Cowboy 101. Welcome to the Wreckless podcast. My name is Chef Cody Storts, otherwise known as Just Cody. Works just fine. Been here at Wreckless doing all these good things. You guys been hanging out with us the last few weeks, and we've been drinking and eating and hanging out with some pretty cool freaking people. Today is the first time I had an old buddy of mine in, my friend James here. And we go way back, dude. And I don't really talk about restaurant business a whole lot in here. We've been talking about products and things and what people like to put in their mouth, basically. But I thought it'd be a good idea to have you on and just kind of shoot the shile for a little bit, especially since we opened with shitty wisdom. That we shoot the shit a little about restaurant stuff, man. You know,
you're just pun heavy, aren't you?
Dude, you know, it just came out that way right now. I think it's a second cup of coffee. That's what it was, dude.
I didn't have my second cup of coffee.
So how are you, man? Dude, tell everybody about yourself for a little bit, man, and then we can go into you know, how me and you had to grace each other with our presence.
Mate, I'm good. Just got back from Aberdeen, which is where I grew up.
Everybody thinks Aberdeen's a booze probably on this show.
Probably, yeah. So Aberdeen is a tiny little fishing village in the northeast of Scotland. Big centre for oil industry up there.
Rad.
I was actually born in England in 1980, but my dad moved us up there after he left the Navy and worked for Shell. He was on the drilling platforms out in the North Sea. So I spent pretty much my whole life up there. Moved back down to England when I was 16. Spent a couple of years down there bopping around London and learning the restaurant trade, and did a little culinary school, but didn't really work out for me because I was after the ladies, and when you stink of, you know, shrimp after deveining that for 5 hours.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude. That's always got me fucked up, dude.
So I landed up working in a bar and upgraded to TGI Fridays for the whole flair cocktail thing, and moved out here in 2000 and never looked back. First job at Tuatmari in Fashion Island, behind the bar, back in the heyday when it was all the ladies at lunch and the guys with a bunch of money. And
back in the serious lunch crowd.
Back in the serious lunch crowd.
The South Coast rep, right?
Yeah, the let's have 6 bottles of Cristal lunch. You know, that was
right. It's not really like that anymore, is it?
Nah, not
much. So where were you working over there? I mean, you know, names are good. Were you doing the Marché Moderne thing or what?
No, actually, no. It's more Fashion Island.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Tuatmari. It's where Canaletto is now.
Right.
And it was quite a scene. And actually, it was one of my favorite jobs I ever had. To be honest, worked with a really great bunch of people, and it was. I learned an awful lot in a very short space of time because coming from England and Britain and Scotland. I didn't even know California wine existed. So
yeah, I grew up in Texas. We thought California was going to fall into the ocean. What are you talking about?
It still might.
Yeah, well, I'm sure in Scotland it was worse.
Yeah, and actually, having just got back there come back from Scotland on Monday, I was absolutely shocked that I found 2 California wines. In one two. Not like, you know, a worldly wine list with everything on it.
Right.
I found 2 California wines.
So what were they big names, or were they little names and they're seeking them out, man?
There was Saint Michel Riesling and Bridlewood Chardonnay. That was about the only 2 that I found.
You're all take it. That's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
How is wine over there, man? I mean, I know nothing about it. I've never been. Like, what's the MO over there?
So it hasn't changed an awful lot since I was there originally. You find a lot of South African, Chilean wines, and obviously you find a lot of French and European wines out there.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah, so, but I mean, rosé is just not a thing at all. They think rosé is white zin, which is pretty gross.
Well, all right, I'll take that, I guess.
Made that
so
mistake.
So do some of the housewives, apparently, you know? What do they know?
Made that mistake once or twice.
Just charge them double.
Yeah. But you know, it's actually a really budding food scene over there. I was actually really surprised, and I think I was just telling you before we started this, because farmland is so prevalent up there. And actually, here's a really interesting fun fact that I found out when I was there. So, well, the city I grew up in, Aberdeen, is probably geographically in size, the same size as Orange County. So there's a little over 3 million people that live in Orange County.
And all the sheep are scared.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have a crack at how many people live in the city of Aberdeen.
Yep. I'm going to say 1,500.
Nah, a little bit more than that, but 209,000 people.
Yeah, well, that's freaking crazy.
For the size of Orange.
Yeah, I was obviously being executive. That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's nobody out there.
There's no one out there.
Yeah.
We complain about our traffic, right? They complain about theirs. 5-minute backup.
Whoa.
Like, whoa. Like, that's just not funny, mate.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, you can imagine. So all the rest of that is all farmland, and I mean, you're talking proper Aberdeen Angus up there, and all the sheep and You know, you can literally get.
I like how he keeps talking about sheep.
I know.
Well,
that joke won't get old today. I just figured that out right now.
well, actually, Aberdonians are nicknamed sheep shaggers.
Yeah.
So there is that.
I didn't know I was psychic. That's crazy, dude.
So there is that.
A lot of skills that I had today. And psychic
Awesome.
wasn't one of them.
Love it.
But no, it's fun. But yeah, going through the restaurant scene out here, yeah, Murray was really kickstarted. I learned a lot from that. I had some really great mentors that taught me about wine and obviously regional cooking in Italy. And then just kept moving on and moving up and moving along, and you know, landed up getting a shot at being the head bartender at Mason, setting up that bar program, and same with Side Door over the Five Crowns, and then Haven, and then Hopscotch, and then this, that, the next thing.
Right, and that gets to my next subject, man. I mean, that's, you know, the crazy thing is that the birth of kind of the gastropub happened, and you were pretty much in the middle of that shit, knee deep.
Allegedly.
Yeah, right. That's I didn't know really until I met up with you, you know, here in downtown Fullerton, that you know, we came through paths in many different ways, but I mean, you were really the forefront of the cocktail craft movement. I mean, don't let your head explode while we're talking about it right now, but I mean, you were really the forefront of the guys who were leading that shit back in the day.
I think I just got lucky, you know.
Well, me too.
I mean, I had a bit of an understanding of it from being in London and seeing kind of how that was going over there, because it was really kind of starting to take off when I left in the late 90s.
Right.
And the kind of the birth of the celebrity chef was really starting to happen.
Yeah, that was crazy. The Food Network thing started to go down. Everybody thought that enchiladas were hard to make or some shit. Nobody could figure it out. Dude,
yeah, because we had, I mean, we had the likes of Gordon Ramsay, and obviously we had Marco Pierre White, who was, you know, gangster, and
Marco's still the man.
Yeah, and then we had Jamie Oliver for his faults, but I mean, he, you know, he really kind of spearheaded a lot.
Jamie Oliver's like your guys' Guy Fieri, bro.
He is, but I love me some Triple D, mate.
Hell, I got it. I'll give him credit.
I'll sit and watch 20 episodes of Triple D. That stuff's fantastic.
Yeah, me too. I'm talking about cooking wise.
Oh yeah, but yeah, exactly.
Entertaining wise, I'll give him all the hats in the world. I'm talking about actual food.
I'm ready to go to Flavor Town right now.
Yeah, I got the wrong style hair today, dude. I didn't bleach it out, or I didn't wear enough bling, dude.
Yeah,
I'll turn my glasses around later. But you were Ben, and I think that the birth, you know, in Haven was probably the first one around to put everything on the map, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean,
in my eyes.
Yeah, no, they were. I mean, Crowbar had a stab at it, and they did it pretty well, but I think Haven took that model and really kind of ran with it, and it's still evolving to this day. I mean, obviously.
Well, I think correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's kind of evolving out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think it's gone through, it's like, hey, we're so crafty that we're crafty, and now it's like, well, maybe we just should give people kind of what they want and figure out where crafty lives. And,
yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but definitely, you know, that phase, we were like, if you ordered anything special, you wanted anything different.
Yep.
If you told me you didn't like something, pretty much told you to F off, was pretty much how it went. And then people were like, yeah, thanks for telling me that, dude. We love you. Oh my God. You know, and that was the same with the food scene, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do now what I did before. There's no way.
No, I don't think anyone can now. I mean, it's because of the way that the I wouldn't say culturally, but just how Orange County is as a group. I mean, we've seen the changes. I mean, we've seen the you know, $200 lunch back in the
oh,
early
no
2000s.
problem. Yeah, dude.
And then we've seen the gastropub, and now we're kind of coming back the other way, like you said.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, remember the first thing we did at Hopscotch, I came in, they were, and you can probably attest the story better than I did, but they had a menu over there that was god awful.
Oh,
we came in, I think it was a month after that, and it was the first restaurant that I put my name on while working. Yeah. Working at several others, but doing catering stuff at the time, and I was doing like VIP lounges and stuff like that, and all that like barbecue catering at Stagecoach Conchella for big numbers, and so I was gone like 4 months out of the year, and I was like, no, it's time to set route. Let's put my name on something, and so I made this crazy deal. A gentleman offered me that place, and I said, yeah, I'll do it, but you got to change the whole kitchen, dude. You got to get rid of everything in here. Awesome. We need all new equipment. I sat with James. He was like, holy shit, that's a ballsy move, right?
I never forget the day you and Jeff came in for dinner that night.
Holy God.
The chef at the time was bricking it because he knew.
Yeah, he was Dunsky, dude, but the place is, you know, a great establishment, but at the time it hadn't found any grounding.
Nah, I never forget the first day of service. That was probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, so, but I was given the gift. The guy gutted the kitchen, and we crowned everybody. We put in a pastry chef and a sous chef that was awesome.
Awesome. She was great.
And we turned a rock upside down, and my whole goal there was just to make as much noise as possible. Yeah. And I believe the first dish that we got noticed for was creamed beef tongue with blue cornmeal crusted calf fries, and I called it "Lick My Blue Balls."
That's right. I remember that one.
It was a true story, and it made it the cover of the OC Register. And they were like, "Hey, what's up, man?" You know. And sure enough, we knew we were getting a write up, and I opened up some pictures of my balls on the cover of
well, the other one that I came across the other day was that pig face. Remember we did the pig face?
Oh yeah, man, that was pretty wild.
I found a picture of that the other day. I'm like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I mean, we were literally trying to find shit people wouldn't eat. I mean, I looked for bat labia for I don't know how long, thanks to good old B, but it never happened.
Remember we had the pork calamari?
Yeah, we surfed that. That didn't last very long, man. People kept wondering why the calamari was so big. For those of you who don't know what pork calamari is,
I was just going to ask what that was.
You know, well. By the way, this is Ed over here. He's on with our segment. He's going to be with us, but he's on the mic. So if you're this third crazy weird and I haven't introduced, I apologize.
No worries, man.
So this depends how good your constitution is.
Yeah, right. So we called it pork calamari, and people were like, well, and we ordered it in. The best part is it was hard to order because you have to order it. It's mostly for sausage, and people crumble it up. It's the last part of the pork's butthole.
Wow.
That's round.
All
that
right.
you could slice into rings, and then it has the texture of calamari. And so we would serve pork calamari.
That didn't
and it
go
would
over
come
too
out
well.
like 3.5 inches wide. Like, what kind of calamari is this? I'm like, I told you it was pork. That was very clear.
God.
Use your imagination.
Yeah, hey man, what else is round like that?
No kidding.
Yeah, well, but it won for some reason, right? It didn't run for long. But the whole goal there was to do those kind of off the wall, you know, and then we had our staples of, you know, meatloaf and things like that that everybody loved and liked and came back for. But like even chicken skins, who still to this day, I like run them and don't run them. But chicken skins were like, the first time we were doing fried chicken, I couldn't figure out how to sous vide it and keep the chicken skin to like get crispy. Remember?
Crispy, yeah.
So we had this big pile of chicken skin and we were all kind of drinking bourbon and trying to figure out what to do with it.
That might have been that Fernet meeting in the walk-in.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them.
Why are we out of larceny? We put it in the onions.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I took it and I literally just put it in the fryer till it stopped bubbling. And next thing you know, we're like, how do we order chicken skins, man? They come in a 40-pound case. The guy was like, just pay for the box.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, we don't know what to do with them. We have like hundreds of pounds of chicken skins laying around from the chicken breast. So I think I was paying like 11 cents a pound back in the day.
Yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah. And then people were like, should we give him a pound of them? Like, give him 10 pounds of them, dude.
Whatever you want.
Whatever fits in the fryer, bro. I don't care.
Literally free.
Yeah. Well, you know, I can recycle the box and make money. So anyway, that was back in the day, man.
Yeah.
And that, you know, and I think that it's cool to see everybody's kind of come in and out of the growth of the bar movement now. And even, you know, all of our friends we grew up with are either now running restaurants.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people I'm proud of out there that I've worked with. And just from now that I'm on the other side of the bar and seeing it from the outside looking in, I mean, it's evolved immensely. I mean, I used to think I had some skill, but I wouldn't even know what to do back there nowadays. I'd probably smash a bunch of bottles and.
Yeah, I tried it for about a week, dude, and I was like, nope, I'm glad we hired Eric.
Yeah.
That was how it went, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no way.
There's a lot of talented people out there, and you know, I think the groundwork was laid, and they just took it and ran with it. I mean, there's some just incredible stuff going out.
Right on, man. Well, I'm stoked you're here to talk a little bit more about the business, man. I think it has come a long way, and the cool thing is we had a couple of conversations before about the full circle of restaurants. And I think we both done the 10-year thing where you're like, I can see things come back now that I was shocked about.
I tell you know, that 90s pop-up cocktail.
It's happening, dude. We'll talk about that, too. That's on the list today, too. All right, guys, well, we're going to take a break. Thank you for listening to the Wreckless Podcast. We'll be right back, and we're going to drink some damn bubbles with Ed, dog.